Hey everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into Porter's 5 Forces, a valuable framework for understanding the competitive environment in any industry. Stick around to learn how you can use this tool to get ahead in the market. If you want to read more about this framework, we have a great article you can check out. You can find the link in the description below. So let's dive in. What are Porter's 5 Forces all about? Created by Michael E. Porter, this model helps you figure out how competitive and attractive a market is by pinpointing the main factors that impact profitability. It highlights 5 key forces that shape how intense and appealing the competition in a market can be. These forces are the threat of new entrants, the bargaining power of suppliers, the bargaining power of buyers, the threat of substitute products or services, and the intensity of competitive rivalry. By getting a handle on these forces, you can better understand your industry structure, navigate your competitive landscape, and come up with strategies that will give you a competitive edge. Let's dive into these forces, starting with the threat of new entrants. This is all about how easy or tough it is for new competitors to break into the market. Think about factors like the initial investment needed to get started, which we call capital requirements. Then there are economies of scale, where bigger companies can cut costs and make it harder for new entrants to compete. Brand loyalty is another important factor. How attached are consumers to existing brands? This can make it tough for newcomers to attract customers. Don't forget regulatory barriers and access to distribution channels, which also play a role. Take Apple, for example. When they introduced the iPod and jumped into the music distribution scene, they shook things up big time. They grabbed market share from established companies and completely changed how we enjoy music and audio content today. When evaluating this force, consider things like entry cost, time to market, customer loyalty, regulatory barriers, intellectual property protection, and industry structure. Next up is the bargaining power of suppliers. This is all about how much influence suppliers have over the prices and quality of the goods and services they provide. If there are only a handful of suppliers around, they can drive up prices or impose stricter terms, which can really hit a company's profits and competitiveness. So, companies need to find ways to lower this power, like by diversifying their suppliers or locking in long-term contracts. Take the automotive industry, for example. Volkswagen Group suppliers don't have much bargaining power because VW operates globally with suppliers scattered all over the world. Plus, Volkswagen has at least 1 or 2 backup suppliers for each part and can easily switch between them. This setup gives Volkswagen a strong edge, keeping its suppliers' bargaining power relatively low. To assess this force, analyze key suppliers, number of alternative suppliers, ease of switching suppliers, and supplier concentration. Now let's examine the bargaining power of buyers. This force looks at how much influence customers have to push prices down. When there are lots of alternatives, their bargaining power goes up. They can use this to ask for better quality, lower prices, or extra services. So companies need to keep innovating and improving their products to keep customers loyal and stay competitive. In the fashion world, brands like H&M deal with a lot of bargaining power from shoppers who have tons of choices, from fast fashion giants to boutique stores. With so many options, consumers can push for better prices, higher quality, and even more sustainable practices. This puts a lot of pressure on brands to keep up and constantly improve their products. What can you evaluate in this case? Things like a buyer concentration, revenue dependence on key buyers, order sizes, and ease of switching between sellers. The fourth force is the threat of substitute products or services. This looks at how likely it is for customers to find a different way to get what you offer. It considers how easy it is for them to switch to a different product or service that still meets their needs, possibly at a lower cost or with extra benefits. When there are lots of substitutes available, it can push down prices and make the industry less appealing. Take the beverage industry, for example. The rise of health drinks is a big threat to traditional sodas. More and more consumers are looking for healthier options, which is creating a growing market for drinks with nutritional benefits, less sugar, and natural ingredients. This change in consumer preferences is shaking up the dominance of traditional sodas and pushing companies to innovate and adapt. Evaluate this force by looking at the number of substitutes, functional similarity, differentiation, affordability, switching costs, and potential for new substitutes. Finally, there's the rivalry among existing competitors. This force looks at how intense the competition is among current players in the market. When rivalry is high, you often see price wars, advertising battles, and constant product innovations. Fierce competition usually means lower profitability for everyone involved as companies try to outshine each other and grab more market share. Just look at the fast food industry. McDonald's and Burger King are in constant competition to outdo each other. They invest heavily in marketing campaigns, innovative product development, and customer engagement strategies. Whether it's launching new menu items, offering limited time deals, or using tech to improve customer service, these giants are always on the hunt to keep their competitive edge. In this case, analyze number of competitors, major rivals, differentiation, customer switching barriers, and industry growth rate. Now that we understand the 5 forces, what's next? Let's dive into how to apply Porter's 5 forces in a clear and simple way. First, define the industry. Clearly outline the boundaries of the market you're analyzing. This step sets the stage for everything that follows. Next, evaluate the forces. Take a close look at each of the 5 forces within the context of your industry. This will help you understand the competitive landscape. Then, collate the data. Gather both quantitative and qualitative data to support your analysis. This information is crucial for making informed decisions. Finally, develop strategies. Use the insights you've gained to create strategies that will enhance your competitive position in the market. Ideally, you want to sit in a position where you can balance the 5 forces and maximize your profit. The key question to answer here is how you are going to achieve a competitive advantage that will put your organization in a winning position. Porter developed 3 generic strategies that can be used to create a defendable position and outperform competitors. These strategies are cost leadership, differentiation, and focus on a particular niche. Cost leadership is all about being the lowest cost producer in your industry. Think Walmart. They've nailed this approach by offering everyday low prices. A differentiation strategy is ideal for those looking to offer unique products or services that stand out in the market. Apple is a prime example here, with their innovative technology and sleek designs setting them apart from the competition. Finally, we have niche focus. This one's about zeroing in on a specific market segment. Luxury brands like Rolex are masters of this, thriving by catering to a premium audience with their high-end products. By carefully choosing and implementing one or a combination of these strategies, your organization can establish a strong foothold in the market and achieve sustained profitability. Okay, so let's dive into a full example from start to finish using the 5 forces model to break down Spotify's position in the music industry. First up, we need to define the industry. Spotify is a major player in the global music streaming industry, competing with big names like Apple Music, Amazon Music, and YouTube Music. The industry has seen significant growth in recent years with the rise of digitalization and increasing usage of smartphones. Now, let's evaluate the forces using our Porter's 5 forces template in PDF format. I'll leave the link in the description below for you to download and use for your own analysis. Starting with the threat of new entrants, it's moderately challenging for newcomers to break into the music streaming space. High tech demands and hefty costs for licensing deals with record labels create some solid barriers. But if a new player comes in with strong financial backing or a unique twist, they could still shake things up. Next, we have the bargaining power of suppliers, which in this case are the record labels and artists. Their power is pretty high since they control the music that streaming platforms like Spotify need. Major labels like Universal, Sony, and Warner can negotiate terms that favor them, affecting pricing and music availability. Then there's the bargaining power of buyers. It's moderate due to the availability of alternative music streaming services, which increases users' leverage. Users can easily switch between platforms due to low switching costs, forcing Spotify to offer competitive pricing and features. The threat of substitute products or services is also high. Alternatives like traditional radio, satellite radio, and even buying physical music like CDs and vinyl still exist. Plus, free platforms like YouTube make it easy for anyone to access music, which can challenge Spotify's value. Looking at industry rivalry, it's fierce. Competitors like Apple Music, Amazon Music, and YouTube Music are always innovating, offering competitive prices and exclusive content to draw users in. Keeping user loyalty is tough, so Spotify has to constantly engage and differentiate itself. After assessing Spotify's position against competitive forces, the next step is to identify key areas of focus, and this is where data becomes crucial. To steer strategy and decision-making, both quantitative data, such as market share, user growth rates, revenue figures, and pricing comparisons, and qualitative data, including customer feedback, industry reports, and trends in user preferences, are essential. Armed with these insights and crucial information, Spotify can come up with strategies to really solidify its market position. So they need to decide, are they going to prioritize cost leadership, differentiation, niche focus, or maybe a mix of these strategies? For example, they could introduce cool features that really set them apart from the competition while keeping prices competitive. This could mean locking in exclusive deals with popular artists, investing in original content like podcasts, and continuously enhancing the app's interface and features like personalized playlist and social sharing options to stand out even more. On top of that, focusing on cost leadership with bundled services and promotional discounts could help attract new users and keep the existing ones happy. After wrapping up your analysis, the next crucial step is turning those insights into actionable strategies. While Porter is a fantastic tool, the real value comes from successfully executing the strategy you've developed. And that's where Cascade's strategy execution platform comes in. Cascade helps you plan, execute, and track your strategy, all in one place, seamlessly bridging the gap between planning and execution. Perfect for turning your Porter's insights into actionable plans. So why not give it a try? Sign up today for our free forever plan, or book a guided one-on-one tour with one of our in-house strategy execution experts to see Cascade in action. Find the links in the video description. Thanks for watching! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful videos. Until next time!